Punch the sky, Spaceman Joe. Yeah.
All right, everyone. It's This Week of Weird. Welcome to Werewolf Radar's Paranormal News segment. You should be hearing the news theme song. There's a lot more cursing than you expect.
Shit. Fuck.
Whoa. I'm here with Beat Master Max Jordan Dahl and
Hello.
the notes you're not hearing, Nate Paul Hellraiser Balding.
Hellraiser.
Oh, Hellraiser. That's funny. I get it now.
Like Paul Reiser.
Well, I'll learn puns, but this week we're learning about something that happened in a school I have from the mirror.co.uk.
Oh, they do good stuff. The
Written
Mirror.
by Chloe Cawood. 11 children found collapsed in school corridor after playing Ouija board game.
Whoa. That's crazy.
Hey, no.
It
Got
is
their
very
asses.
crazy.
Sleep spell.
It is alleged that the children were involved in a Ouija board game, a board with letters, numbers, and other signs around its edge used to make contact with the dead. The subheadline just really slaps you across the board if you're confused what a Ouija board is.
Yeah.
It can count numbers.
Have you ever looked into the history of the Ouija board? Like talking boards?
Let's go into that real quick.
It's very strange and kind of hard to pinpoint. People were like, yeah, somebody came up with the idea and they just pitched it as a board game and it like worked.
I'm here at the Wikipedia.
I'm here at
Ouija,
wikipedia.com for Werewolf Radar.
and we have the precursors. One of the first mentions of the automatic writing method, which is what Ouija board, I guess, would be considered, where the ghost writes instead of like you, where it channels through you. This one, I don't know what. Yeah,
it's
right.
It's mediumship.
Anyway, the first Ouija board is found in China in 1100 AD was when it was from. The method was known as Fuji planchette writing. And the use of planchette writing as an ostensible means of necromancy and communion with the spirit world continued, and albeit under special rituals and supervisions, was a central practice in the Quanshen school until it was forbidden by the Qing dynasty.
Well, honestly, that's a lot more history than I've ever heard about it. So I stand corrected. Cool.
Does it say what school that is? Is it a Taoist practice?
Quickly to the link.
Ancient Chinese secret.
Yeah, Taoism.
Huh.
That makes sense. There's a lot of cool mystical stuff going on in old Taoist schools.
Cool.
But let's jump to what's happening at this school.
Party on.
11 children who took part in a Ouija board game have been found passed out in their school.
Boy.
They
You do
suffered
not need 11 kids for a Ouija board.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's a crowded board, or it's huge.
And I think it is accepted that you can just make your own Ouija board from a lot of stuff and make it your own size.
Yeah.
They could have drawn this on a huge piece of paper that their newspaper used. Those 11 by 18s could maybe fit 11 hands, 11 pairings of hands.
Yeah.
Or like with the giant chess pieces that you used to see in cities that were put on those giant chessboards.
Boy, that seems like a bad. Oh, yes. You're talking about like a park-sized Ouija board?
Yeah.
You're saying we petition the state to get a giant Ouija board installed in the park?
That's what I'm saying.
That is an amazing idea, but it is also a good way to get giant ghosts.
The bigger the Ouija board, the bigger the ghost.
I will also say, I thought you said.
Imagine a bunch of A bunch of kids standing on the planchette as it zooms around the park.
Yeah, that's fun.
yeah.
Now I'm imagining them like grinding around the edge of it, and now we've got a sweet new sport called ghost boarding. So, what I thought you said chest pieces when you said chess pieces, and I was like, oh boy, and that made me think like that feels like it would be dangerous if you like got a tattoo of a speaking board, and it's like you turn yourself into a portal somehow.
Ooh,
scary
there's
idea.
Definitely
the planchette you have tattooed on you moves all the time.
Mm-hmm. But have those people ever used the board?
Well, something might have happened to the children, as besides being passed out, they suffered violent vomiting, muscle spasms, which the medics said was due to food poisoning.
Wow.
I mean, I guess that's possible if they.
We'll go into it.
The same lunchroom.
Well, and that could be it, but then more children. I mean, why did only the group who played with the Ouija board suffer the food poisoning and not more in the school?
Well, what did they have to say about it when they woke up?
Sounds to me like a gas leak or some shit.
Well, teachers at the Agricultural Technical Institute of Hato, Colombia, were shocked upon discovering the group of students had collapsed in a corridor. The children aged between 13 and 17 were rushed to Manuela Patron Hospital in the district of Socorro.
Okay.
The youngsters spent a day there getting treatment, but the mysterious cause of their illness has left staff baffled. So while the EMTs say that it was food poisoning, the actual hospital staff doesn't know.
All right. Well,
it is alleged that the children were involved in a Ouija board game, and a board with letters, as we discussed, numbers in case the ghost wants to tell how many of you will die, and other signs around its edge to make contact with the dead. Normally there's a yes, a no, a goodbye, a hello. I think there's a few other boards with other things.
Yin yang, eggplant.
Do you like me?
Yeah. Peach.
Jose Pablo Toluza Rodon, the mayor of Hato, said the children were passed out. At the time they were found, they were short of breath and thick drool was coming out of their mouths.
Good Lord.
Gnarly.
It is not ruled out that it was the Ouija board. This is part of the investigation.
Wow. That's crazy.
Others say they consumed water from a container.
I mean, whatever it was. Oh, do you think it might have been some bad water?
Others that they came from a pool and had given something to eat.
Oh, maybe it was booze. I remember one time in high school, we went out at lunchtime and we literally passed around a bottle of who's the captain? Morgan. That's the guy.
That's the captain.
We passed it around between probably six of us, just like a full size, like, you know, one of the ones you show up to a party with.
A good fifth.
And just fucking pounded it at lunch. And like looking back at that, I'm like, that was like so dangerous. You could have definitely like gone to school and just like blacked out, like puked everywhere.
So working theory is that they went out, got drunk off of some vodka or a clear liquid.
Drunk
some tequila.
Kids. I'm blaming the victims. They went out, they were using alcohol and touching butts. Teens.
In this case, trying to touch ghost butts.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good theory overall. It's not what's brought up in here, but they could have, you know.
I mean, the other theory.
Drink. Yes.
The other theory is that they were fucking around with the Ouija board, which I don't advise.
They're investigating.
Some entity came out and cast fucking, you know, poison level 2 on them.
They're investigating.
Disease cloud.
After interviewing the children, it was concluded that they did drink water from the same glass. So passing around a glass, like you would maybe pass around some alcohol you're able to smuggle in.
When you were a kid and you and your pals would all get together and be like, let's all drink from this glass. What? What an insane fucking explanation. Oh, we were all drinking water together. What?
Juan Pablo Vargas Noguera, emergency medical coordinator at Hospital del Socorro, said, we went to El Hato and found 11 patients between 13 and 17 years old vomiting, abdominal pain, and muscle spasms. Wow. We did not find physiological alteration in the children, taking into account that it was said that it would have been from playing from a Ouija board. So I guess they didn't have any Ouija board based traumas, physical traumas. He's saying.
No Ouija boards.
Like this would be a spiritual and
no planchette marks.
The medical report said it was due to food poisoning. The rectory of the Technical Institute said that it was not going to rule on the case until the facts were clarified with authorities.
They think it's food poisoning. Do they think one of these kids might have eaten a Ouija board and has a haunted tummy now?
They're looking into it. The mayor of the town. The mayor of the town.
They shared that glass of water and the toast.
Wash it down.
The mayor of
let's
town.
Let's tear this into 11 pieces. This Ouija board. Chumbo, you can have the planchette. Chumbo's their fat friend. He's very funny. And then they all split it and washed it down with water. And now they've all got haunted belly. And they go to the bathroom. You should hear it. It's crazy. It's like, it's like a Ghostbusters film. The door's all glowing, and when they go to the bathroom, it's like.
I will try to keep updated with this story. I have now Ouija board medical sickness alerts for my Google News.
Nice.
And we'll see if and how long the Ouija board hypothesis continues. Well, it's not an epidemic yet, but perhaps soon.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay,
Ouija
folks.
2022.
Well,
indeed, that is the news, everyone.
That is the news. But please let us know if you've used a Ouija board and how the experience went. If you regularly use it, if you've had contact,
or if you have had maybe even an upset tummy.
Did you get a haunted tummy? Did you eat a Ouija board? Did you eat a Ouija board?
And also, if you could, give us a 5-star review on Spotify, on Apple Podcast, on Stitcher, wherever you can.
5 stars.
It really helps us out. Lets people find us. It's the best way to really support a podcast you like. And what else? I mean, check out our Patreon, patreon.com/werewolf radar.
Guys, if you don't know how to find Werewolf Radar yet, then you're clearly not on social media, because we are everywhere. You can catch us on
Twitter,
Tumblr. You can check out our Angel Fire.
Yes, though.
Check us out on Be Real.
Nope.
Everybody's being real now. Check us out on Monstroco Presents Fang Face.
Yes.
It bites you in the face.
Also, on the Patreon part, I fixed our Patreon. I apologize, everyone. Apparently, when Patreon updated their creator dashboard, it took off a bunch of our merch rewards. So I reapplied that, so everyone's getting merch again.
Well, horse feathers.
Horse feathers, that's what we say when stuff like that happens.
Horse feathers.
And we also do the D&D and video games on twitch.tv/werewolf_radar. Give us a follow. Check out our games. We're playing them.
We game.
Rat Tide. Yeah. D&D and Rat Tide.
Rat Tide.
Maybe some Dark Tide when that comes out.
Dark Tide. What else are we playing? Dad Water 3, Revenge, Stepdad's Revenge. We're playing Knee High, Private Eye. We're playing
Don't Get Out of the Pool.
We're playing Rush's game, Rush 30. We're playing. What would be the funniest music video game?
I think it's already been invented. It's called Trombone Champion. Or
That is a
whatever.
good one. What about the Venga Boys? Shouldn't they have a video game at this point?
I don't know. We'll pitch it to them. They're on the social media.
Hell yeah. Check out Super
Venga
Venga
game
Boys
is coming.
brothers. The Venga game is coming. They're jumping and they're running. They're scoring up some points now. They're gonna be on PlayStation Store.
And I think with that, we can all say we were educated a little bit more about the paranormal goings on in the world. Once again, 11 children found collapsed in a school corridor after playing with the Ouija board.
None of them will talk, and they are disappearing one by one. And here's some Gloria Esteban.
On the count of 3, let's sign off with our super duper seeker deeker sign off line. 1, 2, 3. Suspect the void, space persons, whomever.
Suspect the void. Space persons, whomever.
Nice.